Questions for Coach?
So, sorry, just kidding. You said it. Offensively, those same shooting struggles carried through 3 quarters, and what do you attribute that to right now?
Like we focus a lot, especially with the less practice time. We really focus a lot defensively. It's probably taken away from our rhythm and flow offensively, and I just have to. I guess it's a point of focus. Like the ball is still, and we have to get in a rhythm of playing with each other. So still, it takes longer than I would like, but that's what we just have to get into it. I think we have players that just don't want to step on each other's toes. We're trying to find rhythm and a little chemistry with each other, but their way of finding chemistry is sometimes not to be overly aggressive and always try to do the right thing. I just have to do better in finding us a flow early. Even though we focus on, like our coaches do a good job of preparing for the other teams. And I love the game so much that I watch all the games. I watch as many games as possible. And I watch us too. And I watch a lot of video of our practices, but I need to probably spend more time just watching our flow and seeing how I feel, and just trust our coaches to just have all the information they can on the team. I'll probably change that up a little bit, but I really fully commit to making us a better offensive team.
Thanks, sir.
Coach, as it was a late stretch, is there any update that
This will say that I don't know. I think she made something good.
Alex kind of struggled a little bit over the last couple of games. Is there anything that you're seeing out there that you would like her to adjust, or is it just one of those?
She just has to kind of rhythm. I think she's one of the ones. I think she perfect example. She turned down a great look early in the game, and then she shot the next one because she missed that first one. And I thought she rushed the second one. I was like, shoot the first one, and that way you won't have to shoot the second one. And then the third one go in because you made the first one. So, and maybe that third one would have turned into the second one because she would have shot the second one. So that means she would have made two. You get that?
Coach, it looked like as early in the season you were playing a hard hedge on defense when you got in the pick and roll. And it seemed like in the fourth quarter you kind of switched up to just a tap and recover, just going to the weak side. Was there anything over the first 2 weeks of the season and the first half of this game that made you want to switch the way that you were rotating defensively?
No, I think we've adapted. Like we've done different coverages, and it's been maybe 3 or 4 games that we haven't finished in the same coverages that we started in, and it's basically more personnel based. We're still trying to find our defensive, I guess our defensive identity, but I think it's pretty clear and set. I mean, we've held teams like we held, the great Las Vegas team like 36, 37%. We held this team to 40%. I think defensively we're fine. I think what it comes down to is we're better when we don't send teams to the free throw line and we'll get defensive rebounds. Like teams can still shoot the same percentage that they do against us. But like tonight, they only make 6 free throws and they don't have a ton of offensive rebounds. Then I think, it's probably better for us. But you'll see us change coverages. Just depends on who we're facing and who we're trying to stop, and like who's their priority on offense as well. So you may see like us play a different coverage if you have a more post dominant player, or if a different coverage if you see us play against a more guard dominant player that likes to do down here.
I know that you've watched the games already that Phoenix has played this season, but what was it like seeing Diamond play up close, looking as close as she has to her former self?
It was good. I told her after the game that I was, proud of her and just, happy that she seems like she's comfortable. She seems healthy. And, she has an extra step and she has a good role for herself. So you're always happy when players come out on the good side of it, especially when they go through something that's traumatic as she went through. I'm happy when all the ex-players they come through here, they do well. I'm happy to see them all, Lexi, Steph, Diamond. So it's good to see her.
What's going on, Coach? Steve Gardner from Basketball Sports.
All right, man.
So you guys had 29 attempts at the basket today, and you guys shot 62% from there. Carried a lot of rim pressure, even more that came in the second half. So talk to me about how you guys typically like to attack the pass, like in the fourth quarter, as you talked about the ball movement stagnating. With Rebecca and Courtney getting to the basket, just generating paint up that defense. So talk about how that really kind of changes, the whole entire outlook of the offense.
It changes everything because it generates rhythm threes and rhythm shots too when you're able to get to the basket and break them down. And it also facilitates movement on the weak side. So because when you make the team collapse, they sink in, and so now they're attacking closeouts on the weak side. And so that's what we try to get to. But it's we played with a pep in our step in the fourth quarter that we didn't play with in the second and third. And so in that, a lot of coaches, like, they try to steer that toward defense, but you can steer it toward offense too, because if you're not moving with that pep in your step, you're not in the rhythm. Not in the rhythm shoot the ball, you're not in the rhythm drive the ball. And that's what we have to get. And it's going to come with a little bit more sense of urgency that we have to get to. And like these games that we play that we're winning in the fourth quarter, they get you old quick, And I'm trying to stay young, but feels like my birthday's tomorrow.
Yeah, also, you speaking to your defense, it's kind of what springboard the team back into the game, and then the rest of you guys are winning. It seems like a lot of your lineups that get this juice and energy defensively when it's lacking come with Rebecca Gardner on the floor. So can you talk about how she's such a Swiss Army knife and consistent with her multiple efforts?
Yeah, she's not bad. I got this joke. I need y'all to hear it. I've said it 3 times. So I was like, okay. So listen. All right. I was talking about Rebecca guarding Diana, and so I was like, Diana is coming off, and when Rebecca's guarding her. Y'all get it?
Yeah,
Y'all get it? Yeah. Y'all get that? Rebecca's guarding her. Y'all get that?
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Y'all.
This is Dad.
Don't put your day job.
Y'all just like me. No, but she's a special talent. Well, I'm just happy that what we saw in the EuroLeague season is translated to the WNBA. Great teammate, nice person, brings great energy, and she makes winning plays. The steal that she got on the sideline in front of our bench, I don't know if there's a lot of players that can make that play. And that kind of gave us a spring boost to, stay in plays. And her and Sloop were really, like, defensively, really, really solid, along with Kyle. And so when you have Kyle on one wing and you have her, that could give you a boost defensively. I think it makes it harder for the other teams to score.
I really like that joke, Coach. So I was wondering.
You get 2 goals.
So in the midst of kind of Candace struggling the last game or two, Rebecca and 3 other players were in double figures tonight. So I'm wondering if you could talk about what that means in terms of the resiliency of this team and being able to get a win even when you're trailing a few minutes with a few minutes left in the game and a player of Candace's caliber is still struggling.
Yeah, I mean, this is what it's about, us picking her up and just, this is the reason we have this roster where we don't have to solely depend on her night in, night out. We do need her if we want to be a great team, but it's going to be nights like this. It might be somebody the next night So we just expect for, our great players to be great. And so, it was an off night, but in that, with that said, she still led us in rebounds, and she still made some winning plays at the end to solidify that we, come out with the victory. But I think the team complements her. So, we have other players step up when she's not.
And you talked earlier about the pep in your step. Is it other players stepping up, or what kind of inspires that clutch play when you're trailing with a few minutes left in the game?
It's just collective energy. The energy on our team is very infectious. So it's going to take like a player, like getting a steal like that on the sideline, or Sloop picking up full court, or getting deflections. That's what adds energy and into what we want to do.
Thank you, Coach.
Any more questions?
Any last questions for Coach?
Do you know how many shoes you all collected, for the drive today?
I don't know. It was a lot though. I probably gave like 11 pair or something. I saw when I came in, I saw a lot just sitting there on the wall. So I don't know how much it was. It's a great call. So I don't know exactly, but I know it was a lot. I know we took it very seriously to help, support her shoe drive, and, we took it very seriously to help, support her. So we're just doing what we can to just bring awareness and try to put pressure on who we need to put pressure on to bring her home and support every charitable cause that she supports.
Sorry, just one more. This obviously was touted as the finals rematch, but Brittany was missing. Can you speak to the significance of her absence and what it's like playing currently without her here?
It's tough, especially if you know her personally. It's probably tougher for people that know her personally, because she's such a sweet person and she's such a lovable. She wouldn't hurt a soul. She's like a gentle giant. And so, and she's somebody that cares for people. So you probably, feel it's probably a little bit tough. It's not the same. You don't like actually think about it as, I didn't think about it really as a final rematch. It's kind of weirdly, so BG's not here. Diamond's on the other team, and Diana is in the locker room or whatever. So you don't feel the same. Yeah.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, Coach.
Court- I don't think this is.
It's just for Zoom and for our live
I
stream.
know, it's for, they wanted me to do this for Zoom. The offensive struggles continued, but you really took over in the fourth. What changed in the fourth, and what do you attribute these struggles to at this point in the season?
I just don't think we're blending well on offense. We're trying to figure out our rhythm, trying to find our rhythm. But yeah, I just wanted to be aggressive towards the rim late in the game. Trying to make plays for my teammates, for myself. But yeah, obviously we know it's top of mind. We're going to continue to try and, it's still early and we're trying to sharpen everything up. But, we held them to 70 points. And I think that's something to look at as a positive, and we got to figure out how to score a little bit better and more efficiently.
And then this game was obviously talked about as the finals rematch, but missing is Brittany. So, what is the emotion behind playing not only this game without her, but the season at this point?
It really just didn't feel right out there without her, because we've battled against this team many years since Fiji's been in there, and obviously she's a huge focal point. She's an all-star and Olympian in this league, and it didn't feel right playing without her. We had to keep it top of mind, and we need the people that make decisions to bring her home, because it's just been over 100 days, and we can't continue this. She can't continue to be over there, for her family, for herself, for this league. We need the people to step up and bring her home.
Rebecca, you've become such an integral part of this team. What has been your biggest adjustment in the league, and how has your experience been so far making the adjustment?
Our team is filled with a lot of great players, so they make things easy, and I just try to come in and whatever the team needs, that's what I try to give. So, whether it's defense or getting those balls or anything, that's just what I try to give, and just doing anything that the team needs.
Courtney, one of the things I talked with Emma about last week was just how, even though there's a familiarity with you, Allie, and Emma, playing overseas before, that there's still adjustments being made playing with each other in the WNBA. What's been the biggest hurdle with that, or adjustment that you all have been trying to make?
It's a different style of basketball. I think the biggest thing, we obviously, she's European, and we play in Europe together, and it's just different. I think that we kind of underestimated that going into the season. It's just how, coverages are different. Athleticism are different. They're switching a lot with us, and overseas they don't switch, and so it's finding that rhythm, finding ways to attack. It's just a different style of game. And so we have to adjust. But yeah, it's taking us a little bit of time. And, I think I'm willing to bet on us that we'll figure it out, because she's one of the best players in the world. And, we're going to get this thing right for sure.
Courtney, the fans, they certainly brought a lot of energy today, and the waning moments of the game, it really kind of felt like Game 4 last year during the finals, and you coming through in the clutch and performing as big as you did. What is it about you being able to come and perform in the clutch against Phoenix at home in front of this raucous crowd when the game is on the line? How do you attribute that?
I think I just kind of am waiting my turn. I spend the whole game trying to get people involved, figure out the coverages, figure out what's working, what's not, and then fourth quarter comes around, and I think we kind of got it figured out a little bit and find out where we can attack. Today it was attacking switches, and it's not that every game, so I think just being able to adjust on the fly, and knowing fourth quarter comes around, the ball's going to be in my hands a lot. And I think it was tonight. I was able to get some shots to drop. So yeah, just making plays down the stretch.
In the front?
So I tweeted during the game that you are notorious for never not doing something when you're on the floor. And that's the most positive thing that you can say about your activity. And Coach Wade, in his press conference, he spoke about how the skills you on in front of the bench is something that most players in the league can't do. So talk about what do you gauge before you come into the game? Is it like a specific scouting report thing that you're looking for that you look to take away, or is it just the energy that you just want to bring to the team?
Well, I do try to familiarize myself with the players and the teams because I'm new to the league. But also, like you said, I always like try to do something. Like if I'm out there, I'm trying to be productive for the team. And yeah, I think that it's a little bit of both. And yeah, so yeah, definitely I would say both.
And then for Courtney, so as a point guard, you typically have arguably the best understanding of how to control the tempo of the game, in a conducive way for your team. But what about fourth quarter, not even just specifically against the Mercury, but in general, what makes you know when to flip that switch? Is it based on how other players around you are playing, or do you just look at the matchup? Or
I think it's just kind of knowing going into the game that fourth quarter we're really, especially tight games. Obviously, the ball is gonna be in me and Candace's hands. So it's just about making the plays that we practice, we talk about, it's something that we kind of are intentional about going into the fourth quarter. We know that the ball is in one of our hands, and most of the time it's some type of pick and roll. So just trying to, like I kind of talked on, just knowing coverages that how they were guarding things throughout the game, and just trying to manipulate the offense and attack it.
For both of you guys, it's not directly related to the game, but just in about like a month or so, you guys will be hosting the WNBA All-Star Game, you're winning a title and Title IX, the anniversary. What does it mean for you guys to be part of that and help grow the WNBA game of basketball?
Well, I think it's exciting. In my opinion, it's a perfect place. Chicago, summertime shy, and it's such a sports town. And, you've seen even the crowd today, what we were able to bring out in the finals. It's just, such an exciting sports town, and to have the WNBA All-Star game, I'm sure, I wasn't here, but I'm sure the NBA All-Star that they had was electric. And so I'm looking forward to what the city shows out for the WNBA.
Courtney, obviously you've been with the team since 2011 and you've had tremendous success, but this season there have been some struggles. This was a pretty close game. So what is kind of the key, do you think, to finding that offensive flow that you talked about and just finding that rhythm going forward for the rest of the season?
Yeah, since I've been here, I don't think that's really been an issue for us. So it's definitely a new problem that, you can see that we're having a hard time with adjusting to. But, at least we're defending, and I've been on teams where we could score and not defend, and we weren't winning games. So, we're going to rely on our defense right now and try and figure out how we can score. We have the talent, we have the weapons, we have everything we need. We have the pieces. It's just about putting it together the right way. But we're going to work hard to get it to make sure that we're peaking at the right time.
And going forward and kind of righting this ship, do you think this defense, with all Rebecca's play and everyone's play, is this defensive identity kind of the new key going forward, given all the pieces in the championship pedigree you already have?
We want to be a good defensive team, absolutely. My answer is probably going to be different than James, but I'm all about, we got to score points. We can't win a lot of games scoring 73 points in this league. So, I like to think that it was defense that won us this game, but going forward, we really want to make sure that we could score the basketball a little bit more efficiently, I would say, and easier.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Rebecca, narrow game, you make that free throw with just 2 seconds left on the clock. What was the atmosphere like on the court then?
Well, definitely, like someone had already said, like the fans and everything, they already give you a lot of energy and all that. So I was just trying to focus, unfortunately I missed one, but thankfully, I made one and we were able to get the stop on the other end. So, yeah, just the atmosphere was great, and I was just trying to like keep my focus and, close the game. So that's what we were able to do.
Last couple here on the end.
Rebecca, any thoughts on the technical fouls in the second quarter? Is there anything up?
I didn't see what happened, so I can't really say much. Did you see?
I saw it, yeah.
I said salute to him.
Oh,
So I was just quiet.
I feel like, yeah, from what I understand, I would say, I would just say, like, I think that it was good we moved on from that. It didn't escalate to anything else, like, to anyone else for the rest of the team, both teams.
Any other questions for players? All right, thank you.
Thank you.